Live in the depths of the PNC Arena alongside Inside Carolina's Greg Barnes. I'm Ross Martin. Greg, UNC comes in here, defeats NC State 96-89 to move to 19-7, 8-5 in the ACC. This is obviously the story is Luke May, and you talked to him after the game. Obviously didn't talk about himself too much, but an incredible game for him with 33 points, a career high, and then 17 rebounds.
Yeah, I think the thing about Luke, you have to go back to the beginning of the season because he had a couple games against big guys, Michigan State being one, where it's almost as if he didn't know exactly how to attack them. Fast forward to Thursday night against Duke, he goes against two 6'10", 6'11 guys. And then today, Yurt 7 foot. And so coming out of the second half, what does Luke do? He attacks him. And there were times when Yurt 7 was just chasing Luke across the floor, really had no chance at defending him. And so I think it's really kind of an education process for Luke. He's learned how to take advantage of this small lineup. 33 points, 17 rebounds. He absolutely dominated the game in the second half. You don't see that very often. Kind of like Marcus Page did here a few years ago. But to come in this building to play that way is really impressive. And we say it seemingly all the time. But the way that he's played this year, it's one of the greatest stories in UNC basketball history.
It's incredible because the guy's a walk-on. You thought a role player for 4 years, maybe come off the bench, hit a couple threes, get some rebounds. But he is dominating teams and playing against tough competition. He held his own against Duke. Comes in here and in the second half was unreal against NC State. I thought the way Kenny Williams played in this game, hitting that clutch three with about a minute to go, was the big shot to seal the win. I talked to him after the game, and his confidence is back. He never really doubted it. The players never doubted him. But after a couple threes against Pitt, 6 against Duke, and then 2 big ones today, he seems like he's clicking at the right time, along with Cameron Johnson, who also played pretty well today.
Yeah, I think one key for North Carolina in the last 2 games is that they played with energy, they played with passion. And against Duke, they didn't shoot the ball very well, but they busted their rear ends on the defensive end. They made shots when they needed to, and they got that win. They played as a team. Today, kind of the inverse. They didn't defend that well. They shot 78% after halftime, but in the first half, the way they were able to keep close to State is they dominated the glass, and I think they had 11 more shots in the first half than State did. And so little things like that add up. So you don't have to play your best, but as long as you play with energy and effort, like Carolina has done of late, all of a sudden you can be in a lot of these games and win a lot of these games. And I think that trend is going in the right direction. It always does. Roy always has his team playing best this time of year. But definitely a step up from what we saw just 2 weeks ago.
And you're seeing how good Joel Berry and Theo Pinson are kind of in the second half in clutch time. Theo Pinson had 0 points at half, and then just kind of had some incredible drives in the second part of the second half that I thought really set UNC apart. State stayed close. It seemed like they were within 5 for almost the entire second part of the second half, and then until Kenny's kind of three-pointer kind of ended that, and State had to start fouling. But a big win for this team. 3 straight ACC wins now, coming off the big win against Duke, a big confidence builder then. Obviously an important win here at State. What do you kind of see out of this UNC team heading into, I think, 5 games left in the ACC with some tough road matchups? Now it seems like they're going to make the NCAA tournament.
For sure. You hit on one key element of this. Against Duke, who hit the big 3 late?
Cameron Johnson.
Big 3 tonight was Kenny Williams. Yeah. If UNC can continue to get the contributions those 2 guys have given, in addition to Pinson and May and Barry, this team can go a long way. I think it sets up well. I mean, North Carolina should be able to win Monday night against Notre Dame. They're going to be tired, but after that they get a bit of a break. And at that point, you possibly 9-5. You're contending for a double bye in the ACC tournament. And I think everything's kind of working in the right direction for the Tar Heels at this point in time.
Yeah, fans are ready to kind of give up on this team after those 3 losses, Clemson, Virginia Tech, State. But now everyone's back on the bandwagon with the 2 wins over the rivals. For Greg Barnes here for Inside Carolina, inside PNC Arena, I'm Ross Martin.